Me too.
Yeah, uni has started again, so
Yeah.
I've been doing the uni.
Doing
Ugh.
the uni.
Yep, doing the uni.
And the mom.
Yep, the uni, mum. That's what I've been doing.
Okay, we're live.
Oh, hey, dear viewer, this time.
Hello, viewers.
I can actually see what you're doing.
Yes, you can.
Oh, wait. I should probably set this up more. We are professional people.
We are very professional. Announcements. I'm just gonna do a thing. Everyone. We is live.
Hello, dear chat. What is our opinion of Open Results 4? It is the gateway drug into fascism. That's my opinion.
That's true.
What do you two think of EU4?
I played it a lot and then I didn't anymore.
Yeah, that's about the same for me, actually.
So this is the Minecraft.
This is
Yes.
the Minecraft, yes. It's
I've never
it's
actually played it, so I'm a little excited to see what it is.
Oh, well, it's
I
whatever
played
you want it to be.
this, like, I don't know, back in high school, so this would be about 6 years ago now.
Yeah. I
So-
didn't play it for a very, very long time, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start a Minecraft server, semi-ironically, and then it wasn't ironic anymore because I started playing on it. So
Yeah, I had a girlfriend at one point, and her little brother, who was a little special, would talk about it constantly and how great it was. And he made it sound like Legos, but
Yes.
like
Pretty much, yeah.
harder Legos.
it's Legos, except it's also a video game, so there's like spiders and monsters and shit.
Yeah.
Ah, my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember the things that blow up. What, creepers?
Creepers, indeed.
Yeah, there you go. I remember those guys.
They're the ones that
remember
people
not
make
like-
the songs about.
Wait, there's songs about... Of course there's songs about this
Of
game.
course
It's the
there are
internet.
songs. Fucking Minecraft parodies. They have like billions of views.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah. I've been watching, what's this, RT game
Julia.
this thing.
Julia, Takama just called you a boomer for not knowing what a creeper is.
I know what a creeper is. It's the thing that blows up and does the hissing sound.
Yes, it does.
It's the one thing I know, basically. I also know that the octopus things look fucking weird.
They do.
Actually, most of this game looks really weird.
Yes, I was thinking about downloading a resource pack actually for the stream, but I couldn't be bothered.
Woof, woof, woof. Someone's asking me to bark, so woof.
What?
There you go.
Someone's asking you
I've
to
been
bark?
asked to bark, so woof, woof.
Oh, okay.
I hope you're happy.
Careful about reading the comments.
Yes, there's questionable people in there. Okay.
I'm trying to get the pop-out chat to work, but it's not really doing anything. Hang on, give me a second.
Well,
Okay,
assumption
chat.
that's the chat is garbage.
Oh,
Chat,
okay.
I love you all, but I dare you to say anything cool right now.
Yeah,
Say something cool.
don't disappoint us like you always do.
It's always something like the Berlin Wall joke, or like
Yeah,
Stalin
but
is-
what do you think
Stalin
about
was actually a good
modern
joke.
China?
What do you
I don't know. I
about
think
Hong
modern
Kong?
China exists. There you go. There's my opinion on China. It exists.
Yeah. What do you think about the Hong Kong protests?
I think they exist.
And what do you think about Stalin and Trotsky?
I think they both existed.
What do you think about
Boomers, am I right?
Tito?
I think Tito didn't exist, actually. He's a lie.
That's interesting. That's a hot take.
I know, right? I'm a bit unusual in this, I will admit. What are you doing, even? Like, what is happening here?
I'm just doing something really boring. I'm just expanding the dirt this way words.
I like that you're like you made this whole video for the algorithm, and you're just doing the boring.
Yeah, the boring. Well, you're not mining. You're not mining, at
Immediately, it's
least.
not the
You should be mining, actually. Just go dig a tunnel.
Alright.
Yeah, but do it with the pickaxe and make it take really long. No, this
I'll
cheating. Yeah, come on. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, wooden pickaxe. That's how we do.
So
Oh,
should
yeah.
we talk about ContraPoints? About what happens with ContraPoints? Let's get some hot
Yes,
takes going.
I think ContraPoints also exists.
That's true.
She does.
Yeah.
She is valid. I wrote a tweet that has garnered some negative attention. Who would have guessed?
Oh dear, Peter's been cancelled. Fuck. Well,
I hope.
listen here,
that's-
audience. Apparently, we need a new co-host for the show with Peter's recent cancellation. So,
Yeah.
Send us your resume. We'll expect like 5 years of podcasting experience.
I nominate Adam from Comtown.
Adam from Cumtown. Yeah, he's got that Jewish energy. He's good. He's welcome.
He's a very
Yeah.
tender boy.
Good old Cumtown.
Yeah. No, but for anyone not familiar, ContraPoints tweeted something out about what it's like to be in a space as a transgender person, where when people clock you, or like when people see, oh, this person's transgender, hyper woke people will do this thing where they're like, everyone, let's go in a circle and say which pronouns we prefer. And like, because you're the only person in there that's not like cisgendered, whatever, everyone just goes she, her, he, him, she, her, and then everyone looks at the trans person with like anticipation, and then the trans person has to go like she, her, and then the rest of the conversation is just them trying really hard to not misgender that person and like profusely apologizing. So it's like you're hyper aware that they don't look at you like a woman, but they're just trying to be like woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that the Onion article. That was like or the headline that was like transgender woman forced to cross to the other side of the street to avoid well-meaning liberals.
Yes. The Onion is so great.
Oh god, yeah, no.
Another great title for an Onion article is Seagull with diarrhea barely makes it to crowded beaches.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I tweeted because anyway, more context, I guess. People got really upset with her because she wrote that also like, yeah, this might be a problem for non-binary people because like they wouldn't feel but like they would prefer that everyone goes around in circles saying their pronouns, because like it's not necessarily, because non-binary is often non-performative, meaning you don't really perform as any gender. So people don't necessarily know immediately that they're non-binary, and they're uncomfortable being gendered as he, him, or she, her, and they might have some other pronouns. But she was saying, this is just like my experience, so there you go. And then like all of leftist Twitter went crazy on ContraPoints to the point where she like deleted her profile because she was being harassed and threatened and stuff.
Yeah,
so
there's a fake Twitter account called @RealNatalieWin, who was like, "Oh, my Twitter got hacked. Here's my new account. It's not real. It's not her. Don't follow it. Don't give it any attention."
Yeah, and now like some of her friends are defending her, and now they're being attacked, and yeah, it's a whole mess. So I tweeted out that Natalie said nothing wrong and to shut up, everyone. And turns out that people don't like that stuff. People don't like being told to shut up. So
who put this ladder here?
I'm wondering a lot about who put everything I'm seeing here, but yes.
I built this one, the TV tower from East Berlin.
Oh, that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've actually been to that. That's a cool.
I've also been to it. Cool. East Berlin is very cool. I lived there for a while, or I went on vacation there for a while.
Fucking tanky.
Did you say East Berlin or East Germany?
East Berlin specifically.
Yeah.
I ventured into West Berlin a few times, but it was only on a tour guide bus. So I had never actually stepped foot on what used to be Western Berlin. I was exclusively in Eastern Berlin for that. I can't remember how long it was, a week? A few days anyway. Yeah, a vacation there basically in East Berlin. It was very cool. There are a lot of cool things there. There's the DDR museum, which is cool. Like there are lots of good museums and parks. Like Ernst Thälmann Park is very cool. It has a big statue of Ernst Thälmann. And the TV tower, obviously, and lots of town squares and stuff. Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's cool.
Someone's
Isn't it
linking me
also
a Twitter tweet to read. I'm not gonna do that.
Isn't
I
there
don't
also
care.
some zoo in East Berlin?
Yes,
Tia-
yes, there is. And near that zoo, there is a there's the memorial to Rosa Luxemburg near where she died.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I remember going to that and being really impressed by it.
It's a very cool zoo. Yeah, it's the Berlin City Zoo, I think it's called. And
Shout
then
out to Berlin.
Yeah, and then the Brandenburg Gate, and then the Soviet or the Red Army Memorial is pretty close to the Brandenburg Gate. That's a really cool memorial.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I should really go back to Berlin. That's cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about going there for university, and I ultimately decided against it. It was back when I was thinking about studying philosophy, but I think I'm gonna do that after I've finished studying pedagogy.
As Peter can tell you, probably dodged a bullet there.
Someone's asked me, where are you building that? I don't know.
So remind me, someone in chat is saying that Contra is a Truscum. What's a Truscum again? Isn't that where people
Truscum?
You only like really trans if you do X, Y, Z, yada yada.
You're not a true transgender if you don't, blah blah blah.
Oh, so like if you're not performative, you're not transgender.
If you're not performative, if you like if you're a trans woman and you don't wear a dress every day, you're not true trans. And like there are a million different things. Like if you don't have sexual reassignment surgery, you're not true trans, and like you can go really far with it.
You have to have a very narrow
it's just some people think that she like has some tendencies of a true scum or whatever. I don't know. I'm not really into the whole drama.
This is why high production values are bad. People keep telling you.
Let me just break down what Contra does in all of her videos. She does Socratic dialogues between different sides on each issue. So some of her characters might say shit that is Truscum or shit that is centrist or fascist.
I mean,
that doesn't mean she is one.
That's the point of the channel, basically. She very rarely gives her, but I think the people saying that she's true scum are specifically referring to that one tweet that she made, and I think that's overreacting a bit.
To put it mildly.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Peter. I don't think that tweet was... Like, I thought it was a funny tweet because it's very much pointing to something which does exist within left-wing circles. Like, pretty much any, like, woke progressive left-wing party that you go to, they will have, like, the pronoun thing when they go around in a circle and say their pronouns. And, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
It could very well be, like, a neat new part of leftist culture.
Sure.
You know, that just will become normal eventually. And if it does become normal and not sound weird, like it's, I mean, in my opinion, it sounds pretty weird when you do it. But if it becomes a normal thing to do, then I think that's a good thing. But like the tweet that Contra made was still funny.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And I also think it's really funny.
Like it's very much pointing to the whole well-meaning liberal thing.
Yeah.
Like liberals who really don't want to be transphobic but just end up being transphobic in their sheer attempt of not being transphobic.
It's the whole tolerance. It's the whole tolerance versus acceptance thing too, because it's the same thing. Like if you're overcompensating for racist thought, chances are you're actually a racist, and you're just really
absolutely. When you're like when after every sentence you say like I'm not a racist or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a red flag.
Like fucking uncle at Thanksgiving dinner who's like, I feel like there are more black people these days.
Yeah, no, that's bad. That was bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, in general. I just feel like,
has the neighborhood changed a little?
I feel like there's more of them. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not racist or anything. I'm just saying, there's more of them.
Yes.
That's, like you can definitely like just replace blacks with Muslims in Sweden, and there are tons of those people who are like, I just feel like there are a lot of Muslims these days, and like I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not I'm not racist. I don't have anything against Arabs or Muslims. I'm just saying, sure are a lot of them, in parliament, and and they have
Just
mosques.
in the
And
country in general, just being alive.
I just walk down the street and I see them, and I'm like, whoa, I'm not racist. You know, I'm
No.
just saying. There's a lot of them.
A lot of them seem to have a lot of children. I don't know if that's just me. Nothing wrong with it. But a lot of them seem to have a lot of. Yeah, no, it's really fucked up. And it's
It
also
is.
interesting how, I mean, all these leftist people who went after ContraPoints in this are like, they're claiming to be like champions of transgender people speaking their minds and feeling like included and free to voice their opinions. And they were the first to throw her under the bus as soon as she just stepped the tiniest bit over their like understanding of the world and reading of contemporary culture and gender identity. I think it's really it speaks a lot to just how just
strong their
narrow the
commitment
discussion
was.
we're able to have.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really like you can read the tweet in a problematic. You can read the tweets in problematic ways, sure, if you want to, and like maybe there is genuinely stuff that she should have phrased differently, but still, I mean, bullying her to the extent of leaving social media entirely seems a bit far to go for like a movement that has as its stated goal to like have more representation of different genders in society.
Yeah.
Yep. So, internet's doing an internet again. Yay.
Yeah. Like, I don't care. You can bully me all you want on Twitter. I'm a cisgendered white guy. I'll be fine.
But if you get cancelled, we have to find a new co-host. It's gonna suck.
I was thinking about that. I
Well,
not that.
Basements, okay.
I was thinking about what Peter just said, that you can bully me. I'm a cisgender white dude. I was thinking about that. I think this morning when I woke up in like a
Thinking about bullying
semi-lucid dream
Peter.
state. I was just thinking about like the concept of punching up versus punching down, and like is one kind of racism more or less acceptable than another form of racism? I don't have an answer to that. I was just thinking about it.
Just a thought I had. Okay.
Because I was like, I guess I was sort of comparing like people who say that racism against white people is as bad as racism against black people are the same kind of people who do like White Lives Matter protests and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Those
I
are
think
fun.
it's so nuanced though, because I feel like sometimes it's even okay to punch down if the people you're punching down on are in a paradoxical or problematic frame of mind because of society. I think I think it's very dogmatic to say that you can literally never punch down.
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then we can't really have a discussion about like anything really without like consistently checking with our social standing, which I don't feel like that's conductive. But at the same time, like I personally
Checking our
don't find
social
it very
credit
funny.
score.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like it's very funny when people like. It reminds me of that. Have you seen Blazing Saddles by Mel Brooks?
I think that's it. I haven't seen the full thing.
Honestly, whenever you ask me, have you ever seen blank? The answer is almost always no. I've seen, like, I've never seen anything that other people have seen. I've only ever seen shit stuff that no one ever watches.
Oh, okay. Well, Blazing Saddles, really quickly, is a very like socially transgressive movie about a white Western city electing a black guy as mayor, and the whole social ramifications of white people who are racists having to deal with a black mayor. And Mel Brooks did an interview.
Was it made in 2008?
No, it was made in 70 something.
Oh,
There's a lot of
an old one.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if it was made in 2008 and it was all like about Obama.
I feel like he would have, if he wasn't 1,000 years old by now, he would have made Blazing Saddles to Obama time.
Yeah.
But he talked about exactly that point of punching down, and he said that he doesn't really look at it that way, but he does definitely find there's a line, like it's not funny to see a black guy getting lynched, but you can make like a joke that is in that territory because it's something that happened. But the funny thing is that he gets away, and that the people who were trying to hang him are idiots. Like I think yeah, you can comment on people who are like below you and even make fun of them, but it's not funny to see people like suffer, who are in like a lower status socioeconomically than yourself. Really, it's funny to see people who are like successful and powerful get ridiculed, like because that's just out of character for them.
H Bummer guy made the interesting connection that I had never seen before, which was that vampires are what was it he said? Vampires are like a nod at rich people. So like vampires like Dracula are always like aristocracy, and they feed on the blood of the working class.
Oh yeah,
I've heard the same said about dragons. That there's quite a
'cause they
change in how
hoard wealth?
dragons are. Yeah, there's a change in like how dragons are presented in popular culture depending on like how the economy is doing at that time. So if the economy is shit, then dragons become these like horrible like rampaging creatures which just hoard all the wealth around. Whereas times are good, they become these like I don't know sources of ancient wisdom and shit.
Yeah, in China they're definitely more friendly, I guess, or like good, wise, like symbols of wisdom and culture or whatever, like mythological creatures that. Yeah.
Who's that guy that supposedly inspired the Nosferatu thing? Wasn't it like Ivan the Impaler or some crazy?
Probably.
Maybe.
What's his face? The guy in Eastern Europe somewhere who was like a
Vlad the
ruler or
Impaler
something?
was a guy. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know, Eastern Europeans probably the guy.
Yeah. So it could be like that. Maybe the original story was written where he just happened to be a count or a ruler, and then afterwards it's been like the social context has been added. I don't know. But it makes sense. It does. Who did a video about? I feel like I saw a video on YouTube about how the fears of society at whatever point we're in gets turned into the most popular horror genres.
I imagine
Like
that would be
Yes.
Lindsay Alice.
I think that's the video where they talk about how zombies is like
Communists.
communists, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I don't fully understand it, but I can
Like
kind of see it.
incapable of independent thought and collectivized to only want one thing. In the zombie case, it's like
That sure
brain
sounds like
communism.
our audience, to be honest. Capable of individual thoughts and yeah, no, that's our audience, all right.
Yeah.
Except for the people that support us on Patreon.
Yeah, those are the good guys. Hey, Cheeseman, how you doing? Love you, Cheeseman. I saw Cheeseman in earlier, so.
Oh, someone just suffocated in a wall. Rest
Well,
in peace.
you should probably not do that. How do you suffocate in a wall? How does this work? Apparently there's a world. What the hell's a world spawn?
It's where you spawn.
Okay. Is the problem it's filled with dirt? Or
I think I did. Yeah, I did the wrong command. No, spawn point all. Spawn point at A. What is it?
I have no idea what I'm looking at, so I have no idea.
Hey, if the person that invented lasagna is in the stream, thank you.
Chat.
Yeah,
Lasagna's pretty nice.
shout out to you because lasagna rules. God, I love lasagna. I haven't had it in forever because I don't have an oven in my apartment.
Oh shit, you're missing out.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's so easy to make and it tastes great, especially if you put Mornay sauce in it. It's so good. The more cheese as possible. Just put as much cheese in that baby as you can.
Yeah. I don't think I've had lasagna in like 3 months now. I need to have some.
Right?
Again.
Yeah, just make it and make it like very fatty.
Oh hell yeah!
That's great. Yeah.
All the
Lasagna
cheese you
game.
could want. Hey Azure, what's it like being a teacher? The
Fine.
chat wants to know. It's fine. There you go.
It's fine.
Peter, what's it like being a philosopher?
It's fine.
Well, the same goes for being a geographer. It's fine.
Oh my god. I'm sorry if I fucked up the audio for everyone.
Nah, well, fuck the audience. Who cares?
Oh, another shout out I'd like to do is Caroline Constner. I don't know if you know her. She's like an Instagram, YouTube young person who like makes a lot of-
Content influencer.
Yeah, that's what she is. She's really funny, and it would be really. She just released an album called "This Is Underwhelming at Best," which is just a bunch of free beats she found online set to like fart and shit jokes. So like, go listen to it. It's 7 minutes long. It would be so funny if we got it trending.
Yes, the Shit Island influence can definitely get things trending.
The Shit Island bump.
Hell yeah. It wasn't enough for Jay Inslee and Tim Ryan, I think. Is he still in? Was he ever in? Is that actually a real person? I can't remember,
Tim
actually.
Ryan. Yeah, Tim Ryan. I remember him from the aftermath of the 2016 election when he challenged Nancy Pelosi for the
leadership thing.
congressional minority leader thing. And his big sales pitch was, "What if we were more for tax cuts?" And people were like, "That's not very inspiring." And he was like, "You're not very inspiring." And then he withdrew.
Yes, Nancy Pelosi always so hostile against tax cuts. That's always.
Yeah, I think it was more like she's not enough for tax cuts. And he's like, I'm more for tax cuts.
Even more. Well.
And he does just look like someone creating a white guy character in a video game. Creating the whitest guy possible, Tim Ryan.
I am pretty sad that Jay Inslee dropped out.
Yeah, it was nice.
Maybe he'll run for prime minister in Sweden now. He did seem like everything he said would make him very popular in Scandinavia.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, Goat, how would you feel about having Jay Inslee as your whatever you have, president, prime minister, or
it's interesting because I think in my experience, I think if another Swede wants to call me out and tell me I'm dead wrong, but I think in my experience, a prime minister in Sweden is very rarely about what they actually believe, like their ideology or beliefs or promises or whatever, and it's often just about their personality and their trustworthiness and like how they're like down to earth. So usually like the different parties, when they're suggesting prime ministers, they will always choose someone who he was like a member of a union and he was like a working class person, and he worked himself up and I don't know, he doesn't fly that much, he cares about the environment and that kind of stuff. Like Jonas Sjöstedt, the leader of the left party, he's like one of the most polled when asked by the Swedish people, he's like the most trustworthy leader in Sweden. And he does all these things where he like meets with people. Like he's a lot like Bernie Sanders in that way. He's very grassroots. Like, he meets with people and then he like makes it a point to never fly anywhere, to only ever take the trains, and he lives what he preaches, kind of a thing.
Interesting. Yeah, they're definitely not running for any beauty contests. Your current prime minister looks like he works in a mine part-time.
Yeah, but that's the point. The point is that he's like a rugged working class worker man.
He definitely looks it. I'll give him that.
And that's what the people love.
Interesting.
Or at least the Social Democrats. Some of the the liberal opposition, they would make fun of him for not being able to speak English that well. Oh, look at this fucking prole not being able to speak English with perfect clarity and kind of stumbling over words sometimes. Like, oh wow, how terrible. I don't know, but that criticism didn't catch on. Most people didn't give a shit.
I'm getting severe Thatcher vibes from our new prime minister. She's like a tough lady type of person.
Yeah.
She's We I think it's different in Denmark. I feel like the people who run for parliament, even in my party, are very eloquent and very they like to present themselves as like authorities, even if like even if their policy is that they're very working class. They all walk around in designer suits and like Gucci handbags and stuff.
Yeah.
And people like that. People like. I remember it was front page news when our old female prime minister walked outside in sweatpants. They're like, "What the hell is she thinking? A politician can't wear sweatpants. She's supposed to be the person with the taste."
Yeah, that would not happen here. I think our our politicians would be praised for being shown wearing sweatpants. I think because it's like, oh, they're one of us. They're one of the people.
Yeah, that's how it was in Denmark in like the 70s or something. We had some pretty
Sweden
funny...
really is just Denmark, but in the 70s.
Maybe in some ways, but yeah, I don't know. Or like a degenerated version of where like if like the worst parts of Germany came together with like the funniest part of Sweden. Country.
Brilliant.
Someone who is also Danish just called our new prime minister trash, and I'm reporting you to our police now. Have fun dealing with the secret police.
I think my dad says sometimes that Finland is a lot like Sweden used to be in like the 70s and 80s.
I know close to nothing about
positive
Finland.
or is that bad?
Yeah, and I think it's mostly positive.
Okay.
Do you also do that thing in Sweden that we do in Denmark, where it's like that was the last true social democrat? Is that a thing you talk about? Where it's like, oh yes, back when they were really social democrats.
It happens here sometimes.
It's so funny because if you read history books, you'll find people saying like, oh yes, this person who was prime minister was the last real social democrat, and then it just the names change over time, and it just keep updating it to whoever was the last social democratic prime minister.
I think we mostly talk about Olof Palme and Tage Erlander as the last true social democrats in Sweden, who were pretty good. I mean, they were like the folkhemmet kind of people, like the more collectivist social democrats. Like you would say, more true, statist social democrats, not the kind of neoliberal milquetoast sockdoms they are today.
My type of people.
I think we just keep moving the goalpost here, where it's more like, yeah, sure, they did tax cuts, but not as many tax cuts as these social what I mean? Like, it's again this lack of history. This social democrat sucks. It's not a real social democrat like this social democrat. They all suck. Is the dirty secret? Oh, this will be a fun discussion. And Awesome Everton says, out of Sweden, the Netherlands, and Denmark, which is the best to live in? I'm nominating Sweden, based on the talk.
With Sabrina. Yeah.
Sabrina. Yeah.
I'm also seconding that.
I mean, as a teacher, I would rather live in Denmark because, from what you, Peter, said, it sounds like their unions are a lot better.
We do, yeah. Teachers have very good conditions in Denmark, uniquely good.
Our teachers do not have very good conditions. So as a teacher, I would probably want to live in Denmark. I don't think I'm gonna move, but I'm like.
Yeah, I don't think high school teachers have as good conditions. They get paid more, I think, but they're not as activist in their.
Oh well, that sucks because I'm a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Well, never mind then. I'll move to Finland instead.
I feel like you get paid pretty well in Finland for being a teacher. They always talk about how good the Finnish school system is.
Yes, I think they get paid fairly well.
But you can get 420 in Netherlands, bruh.
Our wheat laws are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's
I talked to a very high Dutch person one night where he was like, "It sucks so bad because they don't produce it well, and you can't really produce." He was so high I could barely understand what he was saying, but something.
He is correct. Yeah.
You can't really produce it, but you can sell it. So
yeah, that's exactly.
That's interesting.
You can buy it at like a coffee shop, which no, that's completely legal. The problem is the coffee shop is not allowed to grow any of the weed, and they're not allowed to like buy it from anyone else.
Yeah.
So how they get their weed is a bit of a mystery to me. They somehow
Spawns.
managed to get the
They
weed.
go into creative mode.
Probably the only way they could actually get it illegally. Yes, they
They
just
do slash
pull it out of the
slash
ether.
give player weed 64.
Yep,
I
69.
met with yeah.
You can't have a stack of 69, Julia, you fucking noob. It only goes up to 64.
Damn.
It's a 64-bit system. I don't know if that's what it's called.
Well, probably. But yeah, no,
Base
a lot of
12?
our laws are just so stupid.
Yeah.
The problem is that like the Netherlands still thinks we're ahead. We still like because 20 years ago we were ahead. That's 20 fucking years ago. Like by now, like a lot of countries have surpassed us in all kinds of things. Women's rights, gay rights, trans rights. I mean, you name it, drugs, all kinds of shit. So many other countries have surpassed us.
Yeah. Even Portugal is ahead of you in the
yes.
drugs question now.
Yes, exactly.
'Cause they've
Like, but we still
decriminalized.
think that we are ahead of the world, so we don't, there's no pressure on anyone to like actually fucking look at our laws again. So like,
Yeah.
do these make sense? No, they fucking don't. The thing is, we still think they make sense, and we keep getting told that we are ahead of the world and all this shit. We're not. We've fallen way behind. 20 years ago, we were ahead. That's 20 years ago. Times have changed.
Is there really a difference between 20 years ago and today?
Yeah.
I mean, what has truly happened except 9/11 and the war in Afghanistan and the war in Iraq and the civil war in Syria and the rise of ISIS and
I can't prove that I haven't
YouTube and
noticed,
Google and Facebook and smartphones and Twitter and the concept of making money on the internet. Besides all that, what has truly changed since the year 2000?
Speaking of money on the internet, patreon.com.
That's
Yes,
true.
the official money.
Patreon.com did not exist in the year 2000. And that's
Yes,
probably
we didn't like
man's
shit Islands
greatest
wasn't
achievement
around.
in the last 19 years.
Yeah.
Final thought on which country is better, I guess. It seems like if you're rich, it's probably coolest to live in the Netherlands.
Yeah, probably.
Seems like you get to keep most of your money there.
Yeah. Well, we got fairly high income taxes, but if you have like a corporation, you're really good in the Netherlands. So.
Yeah. It's Denmark sucks for Patreon. I don't know how it works in Sweden, but any donation you get on Patreon in Denmark is considered a gift. So when it's a gift, you get taxed, I think 80%, and there's not even a lower threshold on it. So that's why I gave up on the idea of having a Twitch channel, a Patreon channel myself, because
that's definitely not true here.
It's just it's not been updated to account for it. I think if they were going to do a revision, it wouldn't be that high, but it counts as like a gift if you give me more than like if it's basically anything, I guess, over the internet with people I don't know, then it's like considered the same as a bribe, I think.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So don't. I do have a Patreon, but I don't ask people to give me any money on it because I feel like it's not fair if they just. It's more like they're supporting the Danish government.
Yeah, I was about to say, become a patron of the Danish
if you want to give money to Denmark.
Yeah.
Support Peter on Patreon. He gets a 20% cut of all the money you donate to Denmark.
It's like an extension of visitdenmark.dk.
Yeah. I should start email Visit Denmark about this. You can see if they can send you some money for fucking flogging this Patreon shit.
I think there might be taxes on Patreon, but it's not a lot. Like, I think I looked at what it was like the last time I withdrew money from my Patreon, and I was like, yeah, that's reasonable.
I remember talking to Mia Mulder about it, and she said that in Sweden, she's Swedish too, that there's like a minimum amount that you don't pay taxes on. I think it's like $1,000 a month, where if you report it, you don't pay taxes off of it.
Yes.
But then after that, it's a lot.
Yes,
it's still
that's
half
true.
or something.
It's not. No, it's not. It's not 50%.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
But it's yes, below. It's like that with a lot of tax things in Sweden, where if you earn below a certain threshold, basically the government just doesn't bother asking you for anything.
Yeah.
I think for getting welfare checks, or like what's it called? Like when you get money for different things, like allowances and stuff.
Unemployment benefits?
No, but there's just like different allowances for different things. Like there's student allowance and like there's like, allowance
subsidies,
for
like government subsidies.
Yeah, sure. For most subsidies, if you earn anywhere between 0 Swedish crowns and 50,000 Swedish crowns, it's like no questions asked. Like you just get the full amount, and then if you earn above that, then they're gonna be like, okay, maybe you don't need this much.
In gifts or in donations?
In subsidies, when you're when you're asking for subsidies for things.
Okay, well, fair enough.
And like when it comes to taxes on like income, I can't remember what the number is, but it's pretty high. Like if you don't have a full-time job, it's a pretty high amount of money that you can have tax-free. Before
I still think it's pretty funny that in the 2000s they changed unemployment benefits, so you pay taxes on unemployment benefits. It's a pretty funny concept to be handed money by the government and them then charging you taxes of the money they're giving you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had to raise unemployment benefits so that people could still live off of them and pay taxes off of them.
Yeah.
It seems pretty counterproductive.
Well, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that they lose money in that transaction.
Oh yeah, it's the whole bureaucracy they create to have it in the first place is a lot more expensive than just
doesn't
actually
really make any sense.
No. But I mean, it's something for the government to do. The government has to do something.
It's something for them to do. They're pretty bored these days.
No, that's true.
They don't have a lot to do.
True.
What are you even making with all this dried kelp? It's happening
Making dried kelp blocks.
here. Okay.
It's a source of fuel that you can use instead of wood or coal.
Huh.
And because we have so much of it, we can just distribute it freely like the fucking communists we are.
Cool. So this is what, fossil fuels or something then?
No, it's natural. It's kelp. It grows on the sea.
Well, yeah, but fossil fuels were natural.
Yeah.
Who's this YJK person that just called me a boomer?
It's Yoran.
Why am I a boomer?
You are, but
damn. It's the label I'm trying the hardest to escape, and people are calling me a boomer.
Yeah, I
I think the more you try to
I don't
escape
wanna call
it, the more people think it's
Yeah.
funny to call you a boomer.
This was a
I
mistake.
mean, I'm practically a boomer here.
It's the thing. If you tell the internet you don't want to be called something, that's all they'll call you.
Yeah.
Yep. This is why our audience is shit. So remember, Patreon.
Yes.
Yes. In this parasocial relationship, you're cool if you donate money to azureScapegoat's Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not
sure.
emotionally abusive at all.
No.
I mean,
what even is abuse? If you want to be like philosophical about it, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. Fucking, we call you names and say that you suck until you give us money. Like, yeah, there's nothing
doesn't
weird
seem-
about that.
That doesn't seem
that's
abusive to
fine.
me.
It's not.
Seems perfectly reasonable.
I am mesmerized by watching you organize all this kelp.
Thank you.
I still don't understand any of it, but it's been a magical experience at least.
This is the Kelpinator. It was called the Kelpinator 3000, but it looks like someone changed the sign.
It's no longer as impressive. It's just a kelpinator now. Just a regular discount kelpinator.
So this is the person that called me a boomer.
Yeah.
Look at that Chad.
Yep.
Absolute Chad with a blue hat.
Yep. I mean, aren't you a boomer? Aren't you?
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying really hard to suppress my boomerness.
What the fuck am I looking at here? What is this thing?
It's Waterworld.
Yes, this is water
So
world.
this is. Do you have like a fucking tortured whale in here? What's happening? Oh wait, no, that's SeaWorld. Sorry. So
I
getting
was
my
actually
water
referring to the
amusement
movie.
things. Right. Seriously, what is this giant tub of water? Just a bath? Like, what's also the
That's
water
where they
physics
keep the
seems
water.
broken, but okay.
This is the Kelpinator. It's an automatic kelp farm.
Oh.
It generates kelp, and then it uses observers to activate
Do you
pistons. Which
maybe
then,
want to fix what the water has happened
yes, I'm
to?
working to fix the water
Okay.
because it was broken.
This
So
is how water works, apparently.
yes, the water physics in Minecraft are famously.
Peculiar.
So kelp grows on top of the observers, and then when they reach a height of 2, the pistons behind them will activate, and then that will make the kelp break and fly up to the top, and then the water will push it toward the middle, where it will fall down and be collected, put into a furnace, turned into dried kelp, which you saw me, mess around with before. And then the dried kelp is made into kelp blocks, which is fuel. And that's an infinite source of renewable energy.
Huh.
So basically we
Science.
solved global warming.
Wow, that's nice. Does this game have climate change?
No.
Okay.
But it could. I'm sure there's a mod for it.
Yeah, probably.
There's some mods for everything. Oh, shit,
Yeah,
I
that's
just break
true.
something. No, I'm good. So this, I built this in survival mode actually, way back, like when the server
jeez.
was first started.
I imagine that was a lot of work.
It was, yes, it took days to finish.
Huh. Well, this is why I don't play Minecraft, kids.
Yeah, you
Jesus,
can see
this goes
the
deep. Fucking hell.
sometimes
Can you go all the way down?
pistons. Oh no, it's when they're at 3, I think. So the
Wow.
pistons push out, and then these float slowly up to the top, and then when they reach the very top, they're pushed inward into the middle, and then they fall down here, and they're pushed further along into this hopper, which is like a tube, which then puts them in here. And then that puts it
Well, way
into
up
this
again?
furnace, which produces dried kelp. And then in this
Huh.
chest we put the dried kelp blocks, which are fuel. So then the kelp fuels the furnace, which makes the kelp.
Well, look at that.
I don't need
Very
that.
self-sustaining, I guess.
Yes. It's not fully automatic because you have to go there and manually turn the dried kelp into kelp blocks.
Ah, damn.
Other than that, it's automatic.
That's what you have all these other like workers on the server for, I suppose.
Yeah, that's what the slaves are for.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, and this is the cow farm, which is totally not inhumane or anything. So what you do is you get wheat, you press a button which makes the cows bob up and down, you feed them so that they breed, and then when they breed, there are too many cows trapped in this hole, so some of them will die from overcrowding. And then when
That's
they
a
die,
thing?
their meat and leather is collected.
Wait, they can die from overcrowding?
Yeah, when there are too many of them. I don't know how many it is. It's
This
probably
is,
60 or whatever. It's not inhumane or bad in any way. They live
This
down
is
there. It's
this is how
24.
Burger King gets their food.
Yeah. And then the beef is collected in there.
So you just killed like over 100 cows there.
No, this was here in before. I killed about
Okay.
probably around 11.
Gotcha. That's Huh. Very humane, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and we put these flags everywhere.
Yeah, they're nice.
Oh, this one is missing a piece.
Oh yeah, shout out to Philosophy Tube for raising money.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh
thing.
yeah. How
That was
did
cool.
your Shakespeare
No, I
thing
didn't.
go? You didn't
Oh
join?
yeah, it was really fun. There's so many people who wanted to contribute, so I kind of bowed out. I was kind
Ah,
of.
that was going to be like our chance to like get a shout out from Philosophy Tube.
I know. I just didn't want to be like no, but it was fine. It was. I'm really impressed. He went through all of Shakespeare's plays in one stream.
Yeah.
That's quite a
It took
few.
a long time. I think it took like 4 days until they were done. I think they officially stopped streaming on Tuesday, and he started Friday night. And there
Jesus.
was hundreds of people that participated, and they raised over what was it, $150,000 for the Samaritans, which is really good.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good stuff. Good stuff. I wouldn't do it. God, I wouldn't do it. It's good. He did.
Yeah, no, we have our own torturous ideas for charity streams in the future.
Oh yeah.
We do.
Watch all the Democratic primary debates back to back, in one sitting. That's going to be our charity stream. It's either that or playing through the fucking Star Wars Lego.
Yeah, playing
100
all of Lego
cents.
Star Wars.
True Jedi.
I have a dream that one day we'll meet up and we'll have a hard cam on us watching all of Adam Sandler's movies in one go.
I'm down for them.
Microphones, just passing out after like The Water Boy or something.
We'd probably get copyright strikes for like clips of audio which would be picked up.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Maybe if we played it at a little faster, slower speed. Oh my God! What if we watched all his movies at half speed?
Let's go for double speed instead.
No. Has to be. We have to appreciate every frame a painting. Jules.
Exactly. I was
Frame
just
a
about to say
painting.
that every frame of Adam Sandler's shit movies
So-
are paintings.
Just 1 frame a second. That's how we're gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Like 5-year-old paintings, like paintings 5-year-olds make.
Ah, Jesus.
We should do a frame by frame analysis.
I
Yeah.
would much rather do our primary thing or the True Jedi thing or anything, but that's awful.
Do you two know what's his name? Maddox, the guy that ran or still runs the best page in the universe.
No.
He's like he's one of the first internet trolls, like people who would just say stuff
Did
to
he-
rile people up. And he's still around making posts that are just like ironic and trying to rile people up.
Yeah.
But he made a website called IJudgeYourChildren'sArt.com or something like that, where people just sent like paintings that 5-year-olds and 3-year-olds make of like dogs and stuff, and he'll just ravage them in terms of criticisms. Like, if this is supposed to be a dog, it's the worst looking dog I've ever seen in my whole life. It doesn't even look, it doesn't have the right dimensions, and it's blah blah blah. F minus. It's just that was all he did for years. He would just judge kids' art and be like, I could paint way better than this kid.
Man,
Yeah.
I remember all those
Yeah.
like funny website things. Like
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a Photoshop troll or something. Where people he had like this front which was like a fake like I will Photoshop your image, you know. For you.
Right.
And so people send him emails like can you edit out the can you edit out something, and then he would like interpret that as like, oh yeah, I'll do something crazy and zany, and it was like the haha funny.
I've seen stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of them are quite creative. Others are like,
Like there was this one picture, like a woman was standing in front of a bathroom and there was like a disabled sign behind her, and so she asked, "Can you edit out the disabled thing?" And so he edited out her and left the sign in the background. That kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool. Yeah,
Some of those
back
took
before
effort,
the days of social media, people would just make the weirdest websites.
Yeah,
and
because that
it would
was
be so
like
easy.
the way to have a thing.
Yeah.
Now it's you just have Twitter accounts or Instagram or whatever,
yeah.
which is fine. I mean, that's basically just like a faster way of doing it, or a better way of spreading whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
Like if you're
I
It's
making,
also
guess.
less funny, but
It is,
I mean,
yeah.
it's-
You can't customize it
yeah.
as much, and you can't have like a funny domain name. But you know,
yeah.
it's
The best
it's-
page on the universe I just found out still exists, and it still looks the same. So if you want to see what old internet stuff looked like, check out what is it, the best page in the universe.com.
check out geocities.com.
Oh yeah, like that thing with the Space Jam website still being up.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty
still up, I think.
Yeah, on
There you go.
GeoCities. If
Check
you want
that
to check
out.
out the original official Space Jam website from what 1996,
I do not remember.
something like that.
What was the name of that the like animated series thing that had its own website for a while? It was like really big. It was like weird characters and stuff. It's all Flash cartoons and stuff.
Oh, Happy Tree Friends.
No. It was
I remember
based
that
on the
one,
internet.
jeez.
They had their own website.
I think you'll have to be more specific.
Who else in
Ah.
the chat remembers Happy Tree Friends? 'Cause I'm feeling old right now. Who else remembers it?
I remember Happy Tree Friends.
Oh god. I had this friend in like primary school was really into it, which is I don't know, kind of disturbing at a certain point. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, how old would he have been? Like fucking 10 years old and was really into that shit. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh god. I feel old now. This is what you do to me, audience. You make me feel old.
Fuck. What's the name of the thing? It's like on the tip of my tongue. It's like a. It wasn't Space Jam. It's like something like Space Jam. It was like the Awesome Adventure Tunes. I don't remember. I wish I remember. It was
Something about it rings a bell.
yeah. It had like the character was like a white blob thing, I think, and they had like a luchador. There was another character with like a luchador mask, I think.
Yeah.
And they had a website.
It's ringing a bell.
and-
Fuck,
and
I don't know.
It was
yeah.
it's like one of the first animated things on the internet. Like the
Yeah.
first big animated thing.
Shit, what is that called?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Audience, come on, make yourself useful for once. What is this called?
What is it called?
Except for the patrons, you are always useful. And thank you for your continued support. And we love you dearly. But the rest of you, make yourself fucking useful for once.
No. How dare you not know the very vague description of this thing?
Was it Looney Tunes? No, it wasn't Looney
No,
Tunes.
it wasn't Looney Tunes. It was originated on the internet. It's not Looney Tunes.
I do like Looney Tunes. That's
I give up. I don't know.
yeah, a thing on the internet.
Oh hey! Oh my God! That's so fun. Do you, like there was this guy on Discord who kept talking about a YouTube union and making fun
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
He's in the comments now. How you doing?
Oh. Hello.
Yeah, so we're still not joining the YouTube union.
No. Sorry.
We've given it a lot of thought. We mostly laughed. That was actually all we did. We just laughed. So we've decided not to join the union anyway. But thank you for informing us that the union is a thing that exists. Giving us a lot of laughs. The German accent was very nice.
I mean, I would recommend reading up on like what a union is and what YouTube is.
YouTube is.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
I
it's-
will
it's
agree
well-meaning,
with-
I guess.
I would agree one thing with the union that YouTube can be a little shitty in when they inform people about changes to the platform. I will agree there.
yeah.
But
Like I think it was in. If it was in California, if it was some European country like France or something, but some place managed to get Uber to like stop calling their employees independent contractors.
oh, that yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, in the Netherlands, Uber is not seen as like a taxi service.
Yeah.
That's how they're regulated. If you want to drive for Uber, you need a taxi license.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's the way it should be. Like, you
yeah,
shouldn't just
that's
have
what they
random
are. They're a
people.
taxi service. That's what the fuck they are.
Yeah, that's
fucking
exactly what it
ride
is.
sharing thing. Like, you're not sharing a ride.
Fucking ride sharing.
I know they're not sharing a ride because they have a thing for ride sharing. It's called Uber Pool for carpooling,
Yeah.
where you actually share a ride. This is not a ride share. You're a taxi. Off your tech fucking nonsense jargon. Jesus.
They actually banned Uber in Denmark. Uber doesn't exist here anymore.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they're banned here because we have like the company exists here, but like the whole ride sharing phenomenon doesn't really exist.
Mm.
I don't exactly. Well, I mean, I'm sure it exists somewhere, but like
Sort of exists here, but
yeah, like
it's just a taxi, no.
because we have
It does
public
that special.
transport.
That too, yeah. I imagine also hella expensive here. I've had to take a taxi once in this country. Fucking hell, those people fucking price gouge the shit out of you. Move it. That's slightly horrifying. Where the hell are we now?
I have to stop looking at the game now because it's making me nauseous.
It's making you nauseous.
It is, yeah.
What about it is?
The movements, I think,
Oh, okay.
because I'm old.
Yeah, fucking boomer. Can't handle our Zoomer culture. So where the hell are we now? We were in the tower a moment ago. Now we're on the railway. What happened?
Oh, I was just checking something for someone.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn off bobbing. Maybe that makes it better for you, Peter. Is that is more on rails? I don't know.
Yeah, it's better.
This does actually.
Good.
I can see what you mean now, Peter. This is nice for me as well.
I didn't notice it because I'm used to it, but that's fine.
No worries. So yeah.
We're both
what
old
else?
shit.
What else is in the news?
I don't know. We could just talk shit more about the YouTube union. I was fine with that.
I mean, we could. I'll gladly talk about it.
Yeah,
It's
fuck
okay.
it.
As far as I see it, right? Okay, YouTube is a video hosting service, the same way Dropbox is a file hosting service, right? So it's a place where people can upload stuff for free, so that it's stored and you can show it to people. That's the service in of its essence, right? You don't make money off the videos you make on YouTube, no matter who you are. You make money off of the ad revenue that you can choose to put on your videos. Now, YouTube doesn't have to do this. They're doing it to incentivize you to stream ads on your videos, which I find really annoying when people do because ads suck. But whatever, it's fine. But yeah, so the idea is you never really make money off of YouTube, and the amount of money that you make varies greatly depending on like how many people watch the ads on your channel. So it's not really a thing where you are a contractor of YouTube or you're on some schedule. You just upload videos to YouTube, which gain like attention and you can gain a fan base or whatever, and then you can utilize that to make money off of ads or off of Patreon or off of anything really. So it really depends how much energy you put into it, how much work you put into it, how many videos you upload, and which way you make money. It's not that you get all your money from an employer, because YouTube isn't your employer unless you're one of the creators, which are being abolished, etc., etc. Long discussion. But like it seems really boomery to say that there should be a YouTube union, because what does it even mean? Like, what are you unionizing? Is it ad revenue for videos? Because that seems really like, should PewDiePie make the same amount of money as me if I create a channel today?
I would kind of like PewDiePie's money, to be honest, not gonna lie there.
Me too, but like I'm guessing he would either have to take a giant pay cut, or I would like.
I'm fine with him taking a giant pay cut.
No, let's just everyone be paid as much as PewDiePie is. Just
yeah,
every
I'm
channel
fine
on
with
YouTube,
this.
all the fucking 2 billion of them, or however many they are.
Now I
Yeah,
can get
I'm
behind
fine
this
with
idea of
this.
unionizing YouTube. If everyone just makes the same as
Yeah, it's the Swedish man.
yeah, if everyone just
YouTube
makes
is
the
gonna have
same
to
money.
get a hold of like more money than exists on the planet Earth.
Yeah, and they're already losing money, like
Yeah.
intense
Big
amounts
time.
of money. I feel like we've talked about this too, where it's
We
like
have,
because they
yeah.
keep upgrading the quality of the streaming service, it gets more expensive with the servers, and it doesn't really generate any money. It's more like a promotional tool for Google.
Yes,
Like,
it is.
yeah, it seems a little misguided to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, should people who work at YouTube unionize? Hell yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
Yes.
cool.
Fuck
People
yeah.
who work at Google.
Yes, that
makes
kind
sense.
of YouTube union I can get behind.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
With the actual workers, but not
Yes.
like I don't think a union for like YouTube channels could actually ever accomplish anything.
No. From what I understand from the video that the gentleman linked, it seemed like more of a. It was. I think it was like a viral thing from a German union trying to get attention more so than like a thought out plan for how
Yeah.
to really unionize creators.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Like a publicity stunt.
Yes. I mean, I'm thinking like a coordinated communication effort with YouTube. That would be maybe kind of like a union, like more of like a centralized group of influential people, and like channels with a lot of subscribers who they meet and they talk about things and problems that are on the platform, like I don't know, just fucking changes that YouTube is doing or whatever. YouTube is always fucking something up. And like they coordinate amongst themselves and they're like, okay, we need to be strong about this message that we're gonna give to YouTube, something like that maybe would be more
like
viable.
a caucus of creators where creators get together and like decide on issues they really care about.
Like,
yeah, I get that.
Not like I don't know, not like demands for like increased pay or whatever, but more like
What
things like
changes to the algorithm are you making this week?
Yeah, like there was a lot of controversy. I mean, like the whole children's channel thing, like the really weird channels made for children that have some really questionable content.
Oh yeah,
like that maybe would be an issue that like the YouTube I don't know, think tank could talk about and present to YouTube in a way that they can't ignore.
Yeah,
maybe, but not as a union, I wouldn't say. And even then, I think it's questionable if that would even do anything. But I think in that form, that's the most realistic. That's the most realistic kind of union, I think.
Yeah,
which could exist.
No, absolutely. Some kind of like lobby organization for YouTube, I could see working. Yeah, sure, yeah. But as far as unionizing for better, I feel like that's a pretty hopeless initiative to begin with, because fewer and fewer people are watching ads in the first place, and the whole revenue stream to YouTube is falling all the time. I think people kind of willfully overlook the economy of online videos crashing entirely right now. Like comedy people working on YouTube and on websites are all getting fired right now. Like Funny or Die has released like 8 out of 10 of their employees over the last 2 years, and so has Cracked and Dig and all these aggregate sites that used to make, and The Onion too. They all used to make pretty cool content, but now there's just no money in it anymore. So because there's no money in ads anymore, there's no an online free revenue. So there's going to be some kind of bubble burst at some point. I think that's going to affect YouTube as well as a platform. So I don't really blame YouTube for getting behind bigger creators that are known for more traditional media, because they're probably going to be the ones that are going to end up saving YouTube as a free platform for everyone, to be blatantly honest. But yeah, it's not the same as it used to be, but neither is any of the creative media online internet. Like it's a pretty sad landscape right now. compared to a few years ago, because like people create stuff and they need compensation to keep creating stuff. Like that's just how it works. And if you can't make money doing something, you either like as a corporation have to fire people and be more lean, or you have to, as a private person, dedicate less time to it because you want to survive in this world. I mean, it's wild that you have to explain this, but I feel like people don't understand the relationship between paying for something you like and getting it for free, because like nothing is free in the end. So like,
Yeah.
it's pretty sad.
It's very difficult to pay for anything with advertisements.
Yes, and increasingly so too. Yeah.
I just want to have a quick interruption here because ASP gave us 169 AE, I think Danish kroner. I have no
Oh,
idea.
cool.
But,
That's actually
thank
a
you,
very
ASP.
substantial amount of money. So thank you so much.
Yay,
ASP.
thank you.
Thank
And, they say now we are talking about you. Now we are talking about YouTube revenue. I thought a super chat wouldn't hurt. It never hurts to have a super chat. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And you know, cool. You know, yeah, it's yeah. Greatly appreciated, etc., etc.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will use the money to buy cough medicine. I need
Hell
that.
yeah.
I need that.
Yummy, yummy. Cough medicine.
So-
Yeah, so for those who don't know, I'm ill. I think I got the flu. It's not nice.
The flu does suck. Would agree.
Oh, you know what I should get is that. Do you know that website where you can buy people coffee?
Yeah,
Oh,
coffee.
buy me a
Kofi.
coffee.
Ko-fi, yeah.
Ah,
It's
yes.
like, yeah.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna make one of those right now. I feel like the Danish government wouldn't mind that kind of money coming in, or like investigate it.
You think
'Cause
so?
you know what? I like coffee. Yeah, I don't think they maybe they do. I don't know.
Because I mean, I feel like they would probably pay the money like to your PayPal account or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
Kofi does.
We just got another super chat, by the way, from Awesome Everton for £2. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you,
pounds.
Awesome Everton.
Hope everything's good with you all. I'm too broke. Sorry to hear that, but thank you for your money.
Thank you for your money, and literally you don't have to
Yeah,
pay us anything,
if
but
you're
we do
broke,
really
you
appreciate
know,
it.
Speak
take
for
care of yourself.
yourself. Even if you're homeless and living on the streets, give me your money.
I mean, you know,
You
it wouldn't be
have
the
to.
first time I've
It's the
taken money
law.
from homeless, but
Yeah.
If you don't give me your money, I will ban you. That's just the way it is.
yeah, true.
I will. You won't be allowed to play on my Minecraft server.
There's now a patron-only
Oh, dude, yeah.
server. Yeah.
I could install like fucking the multi-world plugin and create a world that's only for patrons.
Oh crap! You're right. I do need to link my PayPal. What's my PayPal account? How do I find out? I guess I just go to PayPal.
But I imagine that if the Danish government just has like taxes on gifts, then they probably have taxes on PayPal and stuff as well.
Probably. You know what? I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm just gonna create one and see what happens, and then if I get dragged into some kind of tax audit, I'll.
The fucking tax man comes knocking on your door.
Oh, excuse me. Did you get $4 donations to coffee purposes? I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. I see someone has given you $5 and you haven't paid 80% tax on it. That's
What are you,
illegal,
some
you
kind
know.
of scab?
Fucking tax fraud.
Goddamn.
Might
These
as well
kids.
be hiding all your money in an offshore bank account. You're gonna get life in
Ruining.
prison.
Ruining the Danish way of life.
Yeah. You are the sole reason why the Danish economy is stagnating.
Wouldn't be the first time. I don't
You've
even know what
caused
that
the Danish
means.
economy to stagnate before.
I don't even know what it means, what I just said, but sure,
That's-
yes.
A stagnating economy is an economy that's not growing.
Oh yeah, I know. I was just referring to what I said, like wouldn't be the first time. I don't know
Oh,
what,
okay. I
what
thought
that
you were
was in
saying you
reference to.
don't know what a stagnated economy is.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
I guess I
No
should have
way.
realized that. Of course, you know what a stagnant economy is. You've studied economics, haven't you?
Not economics, no.
Oh, okay.
Law, I have.
I'm studying. Well, I'm studying criminology. I'm studying law later.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
I mean, law sucks, but it's really good to know.
yeah. It does.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna milk this thing. I'm gonna upload a picture on my coffee website of me holding a cat. 'Cause I want that coffee, everyone. Give me
Yeah.
the coffee.
Everyone, go give Peter coffee.
I'll just be inviting everyone for coffee soon. God, this guy really likes coffee. Oh.
Yeah. When you're given money from Kofi, you're actually under legal obligation to only ever spend that money on coffee, and they will check and ask for your receipts.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
They're like,
They will send a hitman after you if you try to spend it on tea or
yeah.
anything else that's not coffee. They take it very seriously. So I guess that's one of the potential downsides.
I have to update my PayPal. I don't use PayPal enough.
I don't either. I just use PayPal as a middleman between Patreon and my bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think Patreon can't pay directly to Swedish bank accounts for some reason. So you have to pay via PayPal and pay the fucking $1 transaction fee or whatever it is.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. So that's gonna add up eventually. But hey, whatever. So what are your thoughts on the People's Republic of China?
Mine?
Yeah, just in general.
It exists.
Yeah.
It exists. It's kind of there. Over in the general Asia region, I think.
Yeah.
Those are
I
my
guess
thoughts.
If you want to be like,
It's kind of there.
I guess, if you want to treat the question seriously, I don't. What do I think of China is a big question. It's a bit like saying, what do you think about?
I think they have been
food.
making some interesting developments in city planning and railway connections, so I appreciate them for that.
Holy crap! ASP just donated 900 kroner.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Beta testers read it.
What's it?
Thank you.
God damn! That's over 1,000 fucking kroner. That's 1,100. Jeez.
That's not over 1,000 kroner. That's not.
I mean,
from the previous donation as well.
Yeah, together,
okay,
like
total,
900
yeah.
and 100. So you can,
I thought you were like 900. That's over 1,000.
Oh yeah. No, take it all together. Like fucking hell.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm participating in the YouTube test flight program. Beta testers have access to free in-app purchases while testing, so that's how I can do this. I'm wondering if you actually get money from this. Can you check if it actually goes through? Because it shouldn't. Oh. Okay.
You son of a bitch.
Well, you really got our hopes up there. 900.
Yeah. Okay.
I
That's
guess
probably
we
not
don't
going to go through then.
Commenting.
Yeah. Well, that's.
Oh god, I have to create a new PayPal account. This seems like a lot of work for some coffee. Someone better give me coffee. Oh, I don't have to. Oh, great. Okay. Why do I have so many PayPal accounts? That seems shady.
I only have the one. Why do you have so many PayPal accounts?
I have no idea. Huh. Oh, it's because I used to. Oh, I get it. It's because I've lived abroad, and then I don't know. It used to be stupid. What? Okay. I just don't remember the password, so I have to get a new pass. This is so much work for coffee.
You have to work for your coffee.
And who's to say I'll even get coffee?
Oh yeah, we have a fucking political system on the Minecraft server, or like a sort of so YJK and a few other people are part of this group, which is now referred to as Porpoistan or Porpoistan. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay.
And they basically declared their independence from the rest of the server. And
Okay.
I eventually talked them down to being an autonomous republic instead of being fully independent. So now we have like a semi-border between the azureStan and Porpoistan.
Huh.
And they take it pretty seriously. They have like their constitution and laws and stuff.
Okay.
ASP has just given another 900 Danish crowns, by the way, so really hoping it comes through.
Yeah, I mean, if it does, like,
We'd very much appreciate you giving all this money.
let me know if you want, like, if that money goes through, let me know if you want it back, because
No, we'll just hang on to it for safekeeping.
no, it seems like he's donating, assuming that it's not gonna go through.
Yeah.
But if it somehow does, just let me know, and I'll give it back to you.
He says he hopes the Google devs were too lazy and we actually get the money. So, I hope.
Well, do you have your credit card linked to your Google to your YouTube account? Is my question.
Yeah, that's. You might have given us.
You might be giving us
your
money
savings.
from your account. Like you might have linked it without realizing it. Maybe if you bought YouTube Premium or something, or if you ever bought anything ever on YouTube, or I guess Google in general, they might probably have your credit card. And so they might be charging you for doing this.
He says he knows for sure that he's not being charged, or they, or
Well,
she, whatever
okay.
pronouns. We're going back to that whole fucking discussion.
Well,
The
then,
individual ASP.
honestly, I
very sure
doubt that it's gonna go through. I don't think that the YouTube devs are that stupid that they're just gonna let people donate in an infinite amount of money without having their credit card linked.
Yeah, you might want to check this. Just saying.
All right, I'll check my YouTube analytics.
Yeah, let's see how much money we made during this little stream. I don't know, it's like the most money we made on the stream ever. Playing fucking Minecraft.
I mean, we'll see at the end of the month if it's ever paid out to me. If they're just gonna be like,
yeah.
hang on a minute. But it might show up in the analytics though. But
Yeah.
I don't have my hopes up that, you know. Let's see here. Oh, I don't think I can see the analytics for the live stream I'm currently doing until I close the live stream. Maybe I'm not sure.
Okay, audience, we're going to be right back. We're just going to turn off the live stream so we can check out money situation.
No, wait, that's not it. That's the Bernie Sanders video. Live. Ugh. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Oh, what the fuck? This live stream was demonetized.
What?
It's
How is this?
It's not suitable for advertisement.
Do we still get like the super chat?
Yeah, we get the super chats, but we don't get the ads on it.
Oh.
Due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers.
What? What's not?
What did we do? It's Minecraft. How is Minecraft
We
not
talked about
advertising for them?
ContraPoints. Fucking YouTube has cancelled ContraPoints as well. Jesus.
I put gamer rights in the tags. Maybe that's what did it.
You do mention slave. It's
Oh
my
yeah,
thing
that's
where
true. I
probably
did put slave in the
pro
title.
white supremacist thing we're talking about here. Jesus.
I've heard a thing of if you swear within the first 5 minutes of a live stream, it demonetizes it.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Or
I
something.
swear like in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah, same.
Let's see. Revenue. Data is still processing. Check back later. Okay. Well.
Well, this is why we now have to rely on Patreon money. Plug. Because YouTube keeps demonetizing us. The end of free speech.
Yeah. Not allowed to put slave in the title of my video.
Yeah.
So ASP, why are you doing this exactly? Like, why are you sending money that you're not gonna pay? Are you
So we have to
essentially
pay
testing pirated software that will get you to interact with creators? Is that how it works?
Yeah, maybe. I would probably say don't do it anymore.
Yeah, don't do that. That's
Because
really
YouTube might just fucking suspend my channel.
That might-
yeah.
Yeah. Like YouTube has
that'd be
done
awkward.
some weird shit, so it's possible.
Yeah, that would be.
Or they're just gonna be like, hey, so you've been getting a lot of money through this glitch that we forgot to patch. Maybe go die.
Yeah.
There's another 900 we're getting.
Well,
It's my consumerism that did it. I've no idea what it means, but
ASP, don't seriously. You just did it again. We're asking you not to because we could get in trouble for this.
probably, yeah.
it'd be awkward if we did get in trouble. Fuck.
Either we or you are gonna get in trouble for
Someone's probably gonna get in trouble.
it. Or the fucking developer who forgot to fix the bug is gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor developer.
Mm.
You'd think they probably would have, probably one of the things they would have figured out to not have. I mean,
Well,
words fail me at the moment. I imagine some like, so how are you gonna deal with like the super chat thing?
yeah. But
I
I
kept
guess
hoping you
I
were
don't
gonna
know.
fall there. By the
They're,
way,
they're giving all beta testers free in-app purchases. Like, I don't know.
this an in-app purchase? I
Yeah,
guess, but
but like you're deciding how much money to give that. Yeah, I don't think that's intentional. Yeah. Oh, I fucked up. I think. Yeah, I fucked up. Damn it.
Okay, so if you want to give me a coffee, go to ko-fi.com/Peter Rhodes. Let's see if this thing works.
yeah, if you want to give me a coffee, I have nothing, so
If you wanna give me
If-
coffee, come to Sweden and we can go to a cafe and have coffee.
that works too.
You have to be in Investor Götaland. I'm not gonna go to fucking Norr or some bullshit like that. I'm not
If you
gonna
want to
get
get
on a
me
fucking
coffee, give like the money
17-hour
to
train
Peter
journey.
or the goat, and they'll have to buy me a drink because I'm a girl. So
Hmm.
do that.
If
I'm
you-
sure Avenger will do a meet. Fairly
Yeah.
certain.
We'll do a
Possibly.
meetup in where would we do it?
A meetup?
What?
Yeah, I mean, we did have plans. for
Meetup?
doing
Where would we
meetup
do a
at one
meetup?
point.
Nuremberg.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, the
Why
great
not?
city of Nuremberg, known
Yeah,
for nothing in
Shipman's gonna have
particular.
like a little
Yeah,
field
no,
trip to Auschwitz. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
I've
Live
heard they have a
stream at
pretty cool
Auschwitz.
stadium in Nuremberg.
Yeah, they do actually. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It doesn't get as much use anymore, but it's good.
I heard they put on very impressive light shows
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
using anti-aircraft lights.
Hmm.
But I mean, it was
Wow.
pretty long time ago. I don't know if they still do it.
Yeah.
My information might be out of date.
That's often the case with these
My-
things.
my
you know.
grandpa was
Things
there,
were,
though. He said it was really
nicer
nice.
before.
You
Everything
can
was
get
nicer.
the train from Sweden to Denmark and the other way around. You can also take a bus or you can take a boat.
Yep.
You
Wait,
can jump
Denmark has
really far.
trains?
Like if you're able to jump a very long distance, you can also jump.
Yeah, you
Huh.
can walk. You can walk if you want. You can walk
Yeah.
across that bridge.
If it's cold enough, you can walk over the ice.
Huh. Does that happen much anymore?
No.
I don't think there specifically it happens. It happened once in like the 1700s or whenever
Oh,
it was.
yeah, like a fucking war was fought over it.
Yeah.
Like over the ice, not. They went over the ice. They didn't fight over the ice itself.
Yeah, they didn't fight about who was gonna get the ice.
Yeah, they
That
just
would've been
used the ice to get to the other side.
Oh no, I didn't fuck it up. Oh, that's good. But yeah, I think some of the Baltic freezes over. But most of the Baltic doesn't, I think.
Yeah. I think there's still an old Danish law that says if you see a Swedish person come walking over the ice, you can kill them. But that might be an urban legend. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because back in like warring times, it would be very popular for Danes and Swedes to just walk across the ice and start killing people. I guess I don't know.
I think, yeah, I'm thinking if we have any of those like old weird laws, but I can't think of any that I've ever come across.
Our workers' comp law is from 1620 something. It's called Danske law, Danish law, and it sucks to read because there's still a few provisions that are active in Danish law, but it's like written in gobbledygook. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Do you have, or do most Danes know of Jantelagen?
Yes, yeah. Isn't that Norwegian?
It might be.
Or-
I don't know. I
think
think
it was.
I think I've heard it was just Nordic, like
Yeah,
just generally
yeah.
Norse. I'm not sure what the specific origin was.
It was written by, I remember reading up on it once. It was written by some Nordic person, and it was a joke. I think
Yeah.
like he started as like a joke of, it might be from a book or something, like a
Yeah,
novel.
I think
he
it
wrote.
was from like a fictional town or something. I think.
Yeah, and it was
From-
like
I think of the fictional town of Jante, which
Yeah,
had
that makes-
these laws.
Yeah, and then I think people started applying them as like the unofficial rules of living in Nordic countries.
the Nordic countries. Do you know what they are, Jules?
The Nordic countries? Yes.
No,
Mar?
Jantelagen.
Oh, the what now?
It
The
is
Jante law.
the
law of
law of
Jante.
Jante. It's it's
fuck is
this
Jante?
this cultural concept, or this cultural list of rules for living in Sweden, which basically boils down to a kind of unity and collectivism, sort of.
That's a kind way of reading it.
Yeah.
Just it's literally like, don't stand out, don't attempt to do anything, you're worthless. Just follow the collective.
I look on it with a more positive light, because the first thing I think of is don't think that you are better than we. As in, don't think that you as a single individual person think that you are better or more valued than the rest of society.
That's not how I read it at all.
Okay.
I just looked them up. There's 10 of them, and it's like the first one is, you're not to think you're anything special. You're not to think you're as good as we are. You're not to think you're smarter than we are. You're not to imagine yourself better than we are. You're not to think you know more than we do. You're not to think you're more important than we are. You're not to think you're good at anything. You're not to laugh at us. You're not to you're not to think anyone cares about you. You're not to think you can teach us anything. Like, that's a pretty upsetting lifestyle.
Yeah.
To think you're worthless, essentially. But it doesn't specify that it's like better in the eyes of the collective. It's just more like, don't think you're worth anything. That's how I've been taught it anyway.
maybe it's just taught differently in Denmark than in Sweden. Like in Sweden, we maybe teach it as like care about other people and don't be egoist, don't be selfish. That's basically like the way I've been taught what it is. It's like this positive thing about how you should think about other people's feelings, and you shouldn't think that you are better than everyone else.
That's not at all how I've been.
I got that.
Yeah. So someone asked what we think of Hegel's theory of constant movement. I find it incredibly boring. And,
Hegel in general is
overly
very boring.
complicated. Yeah. But I'm sure it makes sense to somebody, or it's important to somebody.
Yeah.
Also not a fan of Max Stirner. He's
No.
not a good in my case. I don't like him.
Oh.
But I'm sure he's important to someone.
Yeah. Some people really like him.
I will be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna check in on what the different people are doing on the server.
I'm sure it's very interesting what they're doing.
Hello, this is Ladle.
Ah, hello, Ladle.
This is kind of near spawn.
Making a statue. Statue of what?
Oh,
What's being sculpted? Yeah, what's being sculpted here?
the motherland calls. Oh, that the Soviet or the Soviet Ukrainian statue. That's very big. You're gonna need more space, I think. But yeah, good luck with that. Let's check out Tekama. Hello, Tekama.
Hey, saw some diamond.
Oh
Bunch of other
yeah,
stuff.
shit. I'm gonna just
Don't mind if we steal this.
Okay.
Yummy diamonds.
Where is this? Well, it's not that far away. Oh yeah, Takama was saying earlier that he found this. I don't know if it's this cave or if it's another cave, but he found this, like, I think he said it's the largest cave he has ever seen in his entire Minecraft life. Like, it just went on and on and on and on and on.
Huh.
It just goes underneath everything.
Well, I suppose that's an achievement.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Peter.
Peter is
I'm
back.
Oh, hello, Slav.
You'll never guess what
Slav
I just
wannabe.
did.
Adidas.
These are the secret underground vaults of Purpoistan.
I believe I'm expected to have dinner, so I have to go, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay. See you, Jules.
Welcome back, Peter. Have fun with chat. Behave yourselves. Make yourselves useful. All the other things I've said about you all. I'm kidding. I love you. It's been nice being on. And yeah, yay. Have fun. Bye.
See ya. Whoa. Jesus. That's very loud. I'm gonna turn off the sound. What is this? Whoa, Jesus Christ. I don't want these. This was a mistake. I should never have come here. Oh shit. Dougie. Oh, hello, Dougie. Dougie. How are you? I see you're looking at the book of the rules. That's very good reading to do.
So Azure,
Yes.
what are your thoughts on the Hong Kong situation? Pro, con, for, against China, Hong Kong,
I'm just
America, the world?
against Hong Kong in general. I don't think it should be a place. I think just like wipe it out. No, I'm kidding. I think that if I wanna get out my political expert cap, I think it's a very complicated situation with a lot of factors involved. That's my opinion.
Yep, same.
That's all I have to say about that.
Yes. Yeah.
No, but I think
I don't feel comfortable saying one thing or the other because
Yeah.
the Hong Kong thing seems incredibly
yeah,
divisive.
I definitely think that people are gonna get upset at me, whatever I
Yeah,
say.
no, I was. It was just one of the commenters saying, "What do you think about it?" Like I'm not like you, so I guess I can say stuff. It seems like Hong Kong is the protests are varied, and the people who attend them have different ideals for what they should lead to and different
Yeah.
points of view. And I'm not sure that they're like a collected front
No.
that can be like summarized into these people good, these people bad. Same with China. The goals of the Chinese state I don't necessarily trust to be entirely beneficial to the people of Hong Kong, but I also don't see them as being entirely negative. So to make
No.
a very boring answer even more boring, it's complex.
There is an internal there is an internal contradiction within the People's Republic of China, within the Chinese Communist Party, which is that China desires the reintegration of Hong Kong as quickly as possible. They want to there's a term for it, Sinoify, to make it more
Sinoification?
Chinese.
Yeah.
To restore Chinese culture and language, because right now Hong Kong is speaking English most of the time. Like even their prime minister is speaking English to the people of Hong Kong, and China is like, well, that can't stand. We need to something Western imperialism. We need to restore the something China #1, and that's their ultimate long-term goal, is to make Hong Kong China again. But they also really don't want to upset the people of Hong Kong while doing it.
Right,
Like-
because they're all pretty like the people who run it pretty affluent and important in
Yes.
the Chinese economy and stuff, right?
The Hong Kong economy is pretty important for China. Not as important as maybe it once was, but it's definitely pretty important, and China would rather not lose it.
Yeah.
China is still pretty pro one country, two systems. The idea that Hong Kong should be allowed to have their own government, their own elections, their own, especially their own economic system. Because like China has their special economic zones, which are like, places where capitalism can exist within China, usually coastal cities. And Hong Kong, maybe the ultimate goal will be to make Hong Kong one of those, but that's the very, very long term. So, like for now, China wants Hong Kong to be like content, but they also want to try to integrate Hong Kong like as slowly as public opinion in Hong Kong will allow. And so China was actually pretty quick like relatively speaking, to pull back the extradition bill as soon as they realize, like, okay, the people of Hong Kong they're not gonna give up on this. So like we're gonna take a step back. So they put the bill on ice at first, and then the protest continued because they were like, well, the bill's not officially dead yet, and so they went out of the way to actually kill the bill entirely. And that might have slowed down the protests. I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah. So the people of Hong Kong basically most of them don't want to change. Like, they want to maintain the status quo as much as possible. So there's a contradiction there between Hong Kong and China.
Mm-hmm.
But like the protesters are not one centralized, coherent thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are anarchists and libertarians fighting side by side in those umbrella protests, or like, you know, like there are socialists and conservatives. So it's
yeah, and it's also deeply cultural. Like the fact that it was a UK territory until very recently, like a few decades ago, and
like 160 years or something, they were part of the UK and they spoke English and all that.
Yeah,
so it's definitely a cultural thing, and Hong Kong is scared of becoming like part of China and not being allowed to be their own thing anymore, which is a valid fear, definitely. But I also don't think that China has like malicious intent behind it. I think in China's mind, the way they think about it is, okay, the UK stole Hong Kong. Like, the UK invaded, they declared war, they stole Hong Kong, and then they forced King China to sign this contract which would give the British lease over Hong Kong for 100 and something years, 99 years. And then those 99 years were up, and then China thought, great, now we're going to have Hong Kong again. And then they were like, okay, the people of Hong Kong don't want to be part of China. Yeah. And they were pretty frustrated with that, because they were like, well, the fucking 99 years are up. Hong Kong should be ours now. And then the people of Hong Kong were like, no, we don't want to be part of you. And so I guess in China's eyes, it's like, well, they were brainwashed, or like their culture was affected by the British Empire and the British imperialists. And so they want to try to restore the glorious Chinese culture, which was once part of Hong Kong, or like which Hong Kong was once part of. But it's a difficult process for them, and so I think they're now sort of realizing like this is not going to be an easy thing to do. I like for people who are like a little bit paranoid, I think, who are like, China is gonna invade Hong Kong. Like, no, they're not. They're not gonna invade Hong Kong. They know how that would look on the international stage, and like, I don't even think that even if the fucking the international, like the rest of the world, even if they just allowed it and didn't give a shit, I don't think China would do it even then. Because they are trying to win over the hearts and minds of the people of Hong Kong, even if it maybe doesn't look like it.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's easy to be like a shitlord in regards to this issue and just say like, China bad, Hong Kong bad. But it is pretty hard. Like, I don't know which camp I personally would be in if I was in Hong Kong right now, because I can completely see where a lot of the protesters in Hong Kong are coming from, in terms of, like, it must to them seem like almost like a foreign invasion to have to become like to give up autonomy to Beijing, essentially.
Yeah, and like it's an extradition bill. It's not a huge piece of autonomy that they're losing, but it's the principle of having China as an overlord that they're protesting. And they want to, really make a stand for their autonomy. What is this?
That seems to be what it is.
Ladle Hall. Oh. Jesus. That was built very quickly. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I lived in Hong Kong, if I grew up in Hong Kong, I don't know if I would be pro Beijing or pro autonomy.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know where I would fall, because it's definitely, because like in Sweden, I definitely fall way more towards centralism than decentralization. For many things, because Sweden has tried decentralization and it just has not worked out very well for anyone. Like nothing has improved after we decentralized to the municipal system.
I'm very pro decentralization myself, because everything's everything. Like, I'm not a big fan of a big central government dictating to every place how to do things.
I
think
love me a big central government dictating how to do things.
Yeah, we're like an odd couple.
Yeah.
Couple of people who disagree on something abstract.
Yeah, I mean that's illegal on the internet.
Yeah,
You can't have a friend who you disagree with. That's not allowed.
No, that's bad content.
We need drama. Peter, we need drama. We need to disagree with each other. We need to hate each other.
Yeah. Look out for my new video. We need to talk about Azure's problematic takes.
we need to talk about how azureScapegoat is a problematic centralist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so that in Sweden is a very hegemonic country.
Yeah.
And like the situation in Hong Kong is very different, because there the situation is decentralization is autonomy for a specific unique culture, and centralization is unification with essentially a foreign country.
Yes.
It's almost more of an annexation than a centralization.
It definitely must seem that way to a lot of people living in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Because they very much have like their own take on what it means to be Chinese and what it means to be someone who.
Yeah, I mean, even before the British took Hong Kong, southern China was Cantonese, not Mandarin.
Yes.
So even if the British had never come in, they would, maybe not in Hong Kong specifically, but in southern China in general, there might still be some ideas of autonomy and decentralization, because Beijing is Mandarin, and Guangzhou and all Hebei and all these places are Mandarin or Cantonese. And I mean, like fucking every town and village in China has its own fucking 10,000-year-old history and culture. Like China is such an ancient place that like everywhere is unique and has its own culture and dialect, and there are so many different languages and shit in China. So it's a very like complicated to talk about. But it's difficult to compare a country like China to a country like Sweden, where all of my frame of reference is Sweden, whereas China is very much a different country.
And China is like, you can't really even talk about. It's the same as talking about America or something as a solid unit. It's very problematic because it's such a huge country, and people have different needs and ideals in the northeast than they do in the southwest. And, so it's, I mean, you can do a lot to unite a country, but still you're going to have a lot of internal disagreement or needs, and like it's not as easy as it sounds. Is such a bailout in a discussion like this, but like, I honestly don't know enough about it to really like say one way or the other who the good guys and who the bad guys are in
there
this.
are no good or bad guys. I mean, nothing is ever that simple.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. If only.
I think I'm gonna have to bail out too now. I need to get something to eat.
All right. Fuck, I already ate like 3 hours ago.
Cool.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Feel free to return.
Yeah, if you're still running while I'm
Yeah,
when I'm
like
done,
I
I'll
said, this is gonna
definitely
be a
rejoin.
48-hour live stream.
Hell yeah, bro. Keep it going. And give me some coffee at ko-fi.com/Peter Rhodes. Why not?
Yeah, do that.
I just created the most cookie cutter basic profile in there to see if anyone would actually give me money. I'm not. Yeah, it's more like a joke. Anyway, see you all later.
See ya. I'm thinking of switching to another video game. What do you want to play? What do you chat wanna see me play? We can play City Skylines, or I don't really want to play Hearts of Iron. I'm sorry, I don't really want to play Hearts of Iron. Note says your jingle jangle. Victoria 2? That was a long time ago. New Vegas, maybe. Scrim. Really, New Vegas? Tropical Liquor. Yeah, it's the game I played with Peter. There's a video on the channel for it. I'm not gonna play Tropical Liquor, I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen. Skyrim or Vegas? Prison Architect. I don't have workers and resources Soviet Republic, I'm sorry. Binding of Isaac. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here and then I'm gonna start up a new stream. Alright, so I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I just have to find the thing. Fallout 2. Well, I have Fallout 1. Let's see. I don't know where my fucking live stream thing is in this new YouTube thing. What? Live events, maybe.